The life of a king cobra can be split into two parts. When it has eggs to protect, it behaves like any other snake. But once the eggs hatch, it turns into an anxious parent who will do anything to protect its young. How does this parenting style affect the ecosystem? And how do baby king cobras survive in the wild? Welcome to my channel. There are many types of cobras in India, but only one of them is called the king cobra. So if you see a long venomous snake with a hood that's wider than your head, chances are you're looking at a king cobra. A typical Indian king cobra reaches a length of 6 meters, but there's no way to tell its sex from its size or color. You can tell a king cobra by its behavior, like the way it rears up on its tail while hissing. But you should not rely on these visual cues because you might end up staring into its fangs. King cobra venom contains neurotoxins that break down your nerves and kill you. A single bite contains 200 to 300 milligrams of venom, which is enough to kill 20 humans. This is why people say there's no anti-venom for a king cobra's bite. Actually, there is one, but it's so expensive that most places in the world don't have it. It costs about $10,000 per dose. King cobras also eat other snakes, including each other, and they hunt by sneaking up on their prey and biting them in the head. If it's another snake, the king cobra injects a toxin that paralyzes it and then swallows it whole. That's why king cobras need to make a killing strike, because they don't chew their food. It's actually rare for a king cobra to swallow prey larger than its head. If it doesn't kill its prey instantly, the snake may get away. In that case, the cobra will follow it and wait for it to die before eating it. This hunting strategy means that king cobras need to keep moving. They can't stay in one place waiting for prey to show up, because what if something eats them first? The good news is that king cobras have few predators, like birds that feed on their eggs. These birds include eagles, hawks, herons, egrets, and even chickens. King cobras are sometimes eaten by monitor lizards, but that's when they team up and fight back. Yes, cobras fight back against monitor lizards. Cobras aren't social animals, but when attacked, they will form a group and drive the monitor lizard away. Sometimes they stand up on their tails to intimidate the predator and scare it away. To defend itself from predators, the king cobra releases a foul-smelling liquid from its cloaca. It also hisses and opens its hood, making it look bigger and scarier. King cobras can live anywhere, but they prefer moist areas near water. They can climb trees, but they spend most of their time on the ground. Although king cobras are found all over India, they're most common in the foothills of the Himalayas. King cobras usually mate during the monsoon season between June and September. Male king cobras engage in elaborate courtship rituals. First, they dance around each other and rub against each other's belly. Then they form a heart shape and intertwine their tails. After mating, female king cobras give birth to between 10 and 30 babies, although some have been known to give birth to as many as 60 baby cobras. Newborn cobras are 14 inches long and independent from the moment they're born. Like most snakes, they're carnivorous, and they begin hunting roaches, mice, and other small prey. Most people think king cobras lay eggs, but they don't. They give birth to live babies. That's why king cobras belong to a group of snakes called viviparous snakes. Other examples of viviparous snakes include rattlesnakes and adders. Most of these snakes live in the United States. The word viviparity comes from the Latin word vivi, parir, meaning to bear live young. However, the way king cobras bear live young is a little different. Their embryos develop inside their bodies for several months, but they don't receive any nutrition from their mothers. This is unlike mammals, whose embryos grow inside their mother's wombs and receive nourishment through the placenta. Like most snakes, king cobras lay eggs, but their eggs hatched inside their bodies. Female king cobras can carry up to 30 developing embryos at a time, and each embryo gets its own yolk sac, but no blood supply. Yolk provides the embryos with energy, but the absence of a blood supply means that embryos cannot receive nutrients from their mother. Instead, they must rely on the yolk for their nutritional needs. This is why female cobras lose weight during pregnancy. The embryos get most of their nutrition from the yolk. Cobras probably evolved this way of giving birth to live young in order to better protect their eggs. By carrying their eggs inside their bodies, cobras can shield them from predators and environmental hazards. In addition, the internal environment of the mother's body is more stable than the external environment, which makes it easier for the eggs to develop properly. Another advantage of viviparity is that it allows for a more flexible reproductive cycle, unlike egg-laying animals, which are limited to reproducing during certain times of the year when conditions are favorable for egg-laying. Viviparous animals can reproduce at any time of the year. This flexibility allows king cobras to take advantage of new opportunities to find mates and produce offspring. Overall, the advantages of viviparity outweigh the disadvantages, which is why most species of snakes have evolved this way of giving birth to live young. Although king cobras are generally solitary animals, they sometimes come together under very specific circumstances. For example, in some cases, two male king cobras may compete to mate with the same female. In such cases, the males may engage in aggressive behavior, such as biting and grappling with each other until one of them backs down. Similarly, a group of male cobras may surround a female in order to force her to mate with them. These situations are relatively rare, but they do occur from time to time. Female king cobras must lay their eggs in termite mounds. Why do they do this? Because termites keep the soil around their mound warm. This warmth stimulates the eggs to hatch faster. But that's not the only reason. Termites also keep the eggs safe from predators. See, termites build their mounds high off the ground, and this is important for protecting their eggs from predators that live on the ground. The high elevation of the termite mound makes it difficult for predators such as mongooses or hedgehogs to reach the eggs. Additionally, the tough, hot exterior of the termite mound provides a physical barrier that can help protect the eggs from being crushed or damaged. Finally, termites release chemicals that repel predators, further reducing the likelihood that eggs will be targeted by animals looking for a meal. By using termite mounds as a nesting site, female king cobras can significantly reduce the risk of their eggs being eaten by predators. Now, here's the plot twist. King cobras don't lay eggs. They give birth to live young. King cobras use termite mounds as nurseries rather than for laying eggs. This means that the baby cobras are born inside the termite mound and stay there for a few weeks until they're ready to leave the nest and start their independent lives. There are multiple reasons why king cobras choose to give birth in termite mounds. First, the mound provides a stable and consistent temperature, which is essential for the development of the baby cobras. The temperature inside the mound is regulated by the termites and remains relatively constant, providing a safe and secure environment for the eggs to hatch and the young cobras to develop. Second, termite mounds offer protection from predators. As mentioned earlier, termite mounds are often located in open areas, which makes them easy targets for predators such as mongooses or birds of prey. However, the height and complexity of the mound, as well as the presence of termites, make it a challenging and unappealing habitat for most predators. This means that the baby cobras are much safer inside the mound than they would be out in the open. Finally, termite mounds are rich in nutrients, which can provide a food source for the baby cobras as they grow and develop. The tunnels and chambers of the mound contain organic matter and insect remains that can be consumed by the young cobras, providing them with the necessary nutrition to grow to a healthy size. Overall, the benefits of using termite mounds as a nursery far outweigh any potential drawbacks, making it an ideal location for female king cobras to give birth and raise their young. To sum up, the king cobra is a truly remarkable creature. Its unique ability to give birth to live young inside termite mounds is a testament to its adaptability and survival instincts. While some may view the king cobra as a dangerous and feared predator, it is important to remember that it plays an important role in the ecosystem. As both a hunter and a parent, the king cobra is a vital part of the natural world and deserves our respect and admiration. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and press that bell icon for more videos. See you next time.